Casey Hogan here from St. Joseph's, Missouri, where Tarleton State has just defeated Missouri Western here in the first game of the 2018-2019 season, 78-76. And I want to welcome in the first-year head coach of the Texans, Chris Reisman, for our post-game interview brought to you by National Farm Life. Coach, wow. Could you have a thrilling first victory as a head coach more thrilling than that?
I don't know, Casey. That was pretty special. You know, give a lot of credit to Missouri Western. We got up pretty big in the first half, on a couple of occasions, and I thought defensively we were really playing well. They hit some tough contested threes to get back in the game. You know, we had the game kind of where we wanted it, 37-32. They hit a layup at the buzzer. We wanted the game in the 60s. Second half they came out, and I think they hit their first 4 threes. And, you know, all of a sudden I look up there with 10 minutes to go, they got 61 points, and we want the game to be in the 60s. Yeah. And I really thought that we really made them work that last 10 minutes. I know they ended up with 76, but, you know, there was a lot of adversity. I thought Missouri Western really got hot late. You know, they were getting some foul calls where they were going to the line numerous times, and we just didn't give up. You know, and that was the one biggest thing with this team that I talked about last year. We lost these games early. You know, 4 games by 4 points or less. And we talked about establishing a culture where we came out and more serious, tougher, acknowledging, being accountable. And they really brought that to the floor tonight, and I think that's why we won. These guys didn't give up, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
Yeah, Tarleton led at the half by 3. They end up winning this one by 2, and let's kind of run through what happened there at the end of the game. You get the huge stop. Josh Hawley gets fouled with 10.8 seconds left. How about you've been a player for Tarleton? How tough is it to go to the line, man, with 11 seconds left with the game on the line and hit those like Josh did?
Very tough, and the coach called a timeout to ice him. And Josh has been here, man. I mean, he's 3-year redshirt junior. He's been here for 4 years, played for 3. You know, he's played in big games. I don't think he was nervous at all. And I just thought they really did a great job. They were supporting him. Everybody was on that bench that was involved. And we just looked like a family tonight. And I couldn't be prouder. Josh went up there, worked hard, and good things happen to good people, and he deserved it.
And we've got to talk about Corinthian Ramsey. He only had 4 points in the first half. He gets 16 points in the second half, and I'm no expert in basketball by any means, but it looked like he took better shots, and he really got in a rhythm.
You know, a kid like Ramsey, you got to play him. I mean, I don't think he had his best game, especially early. You know, he's just a gamer. And when the game is on the line, he is not afraid to take the clutch shot. And he's taken it for us for a year now. And I told him, I told the guys he's got to be in the game. And even defensively when he was struggling, he understood, you know, what we were trying to get done. So we're bringing in Richie for him a little bit. Plus he was in foul trouble. And he was the biggest fan. He was up there, you know, he's just really grown. He's really grown. He's become more mature. He has a certain level of leadership that he didn't have last year. And so I'm really proud of Corinthian. We don't win this game without Corinthian Ramsey. There's no doubt. I mean, he really made some big shots. And, you know, he can play better. And he will, but heck, this is the first game. It was a true road game. You'll take it any way you can get it, Casey. Yeah,
it's unbelievable that this will go down as a neutral game, you know, but this is nothing from neutral. We're 6 miles from Missouri Western, and just talk about the atmosphere. I mean, what an atmosphere for college basketball.
We prepared like this was going to be a packed house. You know, we knew that they were going to have not only a home base here, they had their band here. You know, I mean, we're playing in a very familiar facility for them. And so we just knew that the cards were going to be stacked against us. We talked about, hey, we're coming in here 26 against 3,000. But, you know, the guys, they didn't let that be an excuse. They just kept, you know, they just kept pushing. They kept grinding. And, you know, they had a chance. I just said, be in the game with 3 or 4 minutes to go, and they were, and they took it.
If you just tuned in, Tarleton State wins their first game of the season tonight, 78-76 over Missouri Western here in St. Joseph's, Missouri at the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame Classic. I'm visiting with the head coach of the Texans, Chris Reisman, on the Techstar Kubota New Holland post-game interview. And, Coach, how good does it feel just to get that first one out of the way?
It's special, Casey. I mean, it's extremely gratifying because there's been so much work in the making here. I mean, being on that bench for as long as I have, I can't tell you the number of text messages I got today from Texan Nation. You know, and I appreciate everyone. Just so many supporters out there messaging me, you know, hey, Coach Chris, want to wish you good luck. We got your back. We know you're going to do a great job. And it was extra pressure. I didn't want to let people down. Didn't want to let the team down. Didn't want to let my family down. But at the same time, just got to go out there and, you know, everything you game plan for, everything you work for. It's a game, and couldn't be prouder of my guys.
Well, you certainly gave the fans a heck of a show, and I know my phone was just blowing up. A lot of people listening back at home, and an exciting game. And real quick, we've got to talk about tomorrow. This is a quick turnaround. You can't go and celebrate this one too long because William Jewell at 1 o'clock tomorrow. How tough is that as a coaching staff to go from a 5:30 game that ends at 8 to playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow?
It's extremely tough, but it's reality. And it's especially a reality when you start talking about you want to play in the NCAA tournament, because that could happen. You can play a 6 o'clock game, and you can play early the next time. So, for us, it's got to be that transition that we've talked about, being serious and mature and still coming out and giving great effort. People that didn't play well tonight may play well tomorrow. We had some guys in foul trouble, so we had to have some young guys step up. And so it's extremely important to still come out here and not be satisfied with one win. We got to come out here and compete tomorrow. We know William Jewell has a great team. They won 20 games last year. They had Queens down for a lot of the game. Queens came back, and so they're going to be hungry, and we can't be satisfied.
And looking at the record books, I was thinking about this. So Lon Reisman got his first win on November 8th, 1988 against Mary Hardin Baylor. That was a buzzer beater.
And it was at home. Yeah. It was not on the road. I just want to point that out.
He wants to point that out, and not against a non-scholarship school, but
yeah, a non-scholarship school. Yeah.
How crazy is that, though, that game goes to the buzzer, and then your first win goes to the buzzer? Kind of ironic.
I think somebody's telling us something. If you believe in fate and all that sort of thing, and I absolutely do, and destiny, and I believe good things happen to good people, and I'm really blessed right now. I'm so blessed that the hard work paid off. That these guys are they're really going to buy in, and I couldn't be happier, not just for me, but for these guys, for that staff that's new with me, and for Texan Nation.
Coach, congratulations on your first win as the head coach at Tarleton State University. I know how much this program means to you and everything that you've done for Tarleton, and this is a big night, and I'm so glad I could be a part of it.
I just want to tell my son, Rush Reisman, if he's at home listening, I love you so much, and I can't wait to get home and see you, and next time you're coming with me.
That's the head coach of the Texans, Chris Reisman.
Look, if you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. That's why this is the view for every other full-size pickup. And this year, it's deja vu all over again. Because only the Ford F-150 gives you best-in-class torque, best-in-class payload, and you got it, baby, best-in-class towing. This is the big dog. This is the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Current owners can now drive an F-150 with 0 for 66 plus $3,750 total savings. Only at your Best in Texas Ford dealer.